The Mitsubishi Uni drop clutch pencil is an amazing all-round pencil, and let's dive deep into it together in this session. I've got three variants of it: H, 2B, and HB. Uh, Looks, it's got this beautiful dark red or maroon color with very shiny hardware. I think this is the shiniest chrome I have across all my pencils. The rotring, of course, likes to be stealth black, and the Staedtler Mars Technico pencils are a bit dull, and maybe the Staedtler 9 to 5 has some elements that are similarly shiny, but this one just takes the cake among all of these. While we have all of them here, let's just do a quick size comparison. And also, you will notice that these three have different colored end caps, and which is something that Uni has done differently from most other mechanical pencils. If you look at a typical pencil, it will have a lead grade indicator, because the whole idea is that you can swap out the internal lead with any grade that you want. So Staedtler solves it by putting it here and or in the front grip, but Uni has taken a different approach. What they've done is they've put hard coded or fixed grade indicators on the pencil, and they've given different colored caps for each grade. And this is again very interesting, because what Staedtler does is in every pack of refills or leads that you buy, they have a colored indicator in it inside the pack, so you can just put the correct grade of the correct color on the back here. This part you can replace with the color depending upon which lead you're using. Mitsubishi LEDs don't come with any of that thing. They just come in a very sleek 6-pack of LEDs or refills, and it's just these backs that are uniquely color coded. But it goes deeper. So 2B has an orange band over here, and it is orange here. However, the 2B LEDs that I received have black bands. Now, what are these bands? They are not just for indication, they're actually very functional. So, big problem with drop clutches is that you tend to drop the leads, but these bands at the end, they act like stoppers. So they automatically stop the lead from coming out of the drop clutch. However, you need to be very careful when you're using these, because you don't want to use these leads with the plastic thingy in pencils that have automatic advancement. The Unifield, this is coming up. The review for this is coming up very soon. But when you have automatic advancement, that the ferrule or the strip at the back of the lead will most likely get stuck, and then you'll have to probably put another lead from the front to dislodge it. So if you have to use those leads in these pencils, you can just pull this part out. This comes off pretty easy, and then you can use it in whichever pencil you want. But I think this should be standard. This is a wonderful thing that Uni Pencils does, and I don't know why it isn't there in all the LEDs. I've tried LEDs from Rotring, from Kohinoor, from Staedtler. None of them have this feature. Also, please in the comment section below, if you have used Uni LEDs, please tell me why my LEDs have come with a black sleeve. The orange one is the lead that came with the pencil. Now I replaced it. I don't know why, but at some point I switched these out. But this band is orange, so this should be orange, but it is not holding up. Let's just check other LEDs also. This one is F, and this again, while the band here is F, these also come with black indicators. Maybe they've just switched to black indicators for bulk packs. I don't know. Let's just look at 4B. No, for the 4B LEDs, it is consistent. These are a bit tricky to open. Again, if there's an easier way to open this, let me know. I usually struggle. So on the 4B LEDs, this is consistent, but it does not seem to work for the 2B and F LED boxes that I have. I also don't understand why companies cannot agree on standardized color coding. Staedtler wants 2B to be purple, but Uni wants it to be orange. So what's the whole point? I don't know. Just agree on one color code and then have it across all the pencils or across all the makes. That would make everyone's life a lot easier, and you don't have to remember which color means what grade in what brand. Anyway, to summarize, the lead grade indicator is static. It is printed on the pencil. The end cap also come corresponding to the same grade. It also mentions the grade on the back of the end cap. These colors will correspond to the strips that are there on the boxes. However, inside the boxes, you might not always find the same band at the back of the lead. The leads can either be black or this color. And of course, these colors will not be consistent across brands. Staedtler uses their own color schemes. While we are on the end cap, the end caps have no sharpeners, no lead pointers inside. There is no eraser. Also, the inners are plastic, and that's okay. The mechanism, as we have already discussed, is drop clutch. Let's do a quick sharpening test. These ones, they hold the lead pretty well, unlike the Kohinoors and Othos, which tend to have a lot of slippage. These ones are good. Uni LEDs again are something very special. I will probably talk about them in some other video. But these are very smooth LEDs, a lot of fun to use. This one, as you can see, is the 2V one that I'm using for today's review. Let's get to the nuts and bolts for the pencil. First things first, when you hold the pencil, you will realize that while it looks amazing and the size is pretty standard, what changes for this pencil is the diameter. And what do I mean when I say diameter? See, this is a bit thicker than a usual lead holder. It is marginal, but it's very slight. What it does is it gives you the expectation that it'll be heavier in your mind subconsciously, but it weighs about the same as most other lead holders. It is maybe slightly lighter or about the same. So what that does is it makes you feel that it is slightly hollow, which is just a little bit of dissonance as you're using it. It is not a problem at all, but it's just something that defeats the expectations and then leaves you a bit curious while you're using it for the first few occasions, but then you get used to it. The grip is absolutely amazing. This, in fact, is cut deeper than most other pencils. In fact, at this point, I will also mention that this is a smooth and continuous grip. These grips are typically there for pencils that are aimed at desk usage or drawing and writing purposes in a more sanitized environment. Whereas you'll find these pencils like Uni Field and the Staedtler 9 to 5, which not only have the grip but they also have these horizontal grooves in them, So they give you an added layer of grip if your hands are dirty or particularly slippery from whatever tools you've been handling before. So these are an added layer of grip. Since these are mostly focused at art and drawing, so you don't need those additional grooves inside the grip. The grip works wonderfully. It is deep. It is very well made. In fact, it is so well made that I would like to add a point of caution over here. This is not a starter friendly pencil because of this grip. If you're coming in from a wooden pencil, you might find, I can't spell wooden today. If you're coming in from a wooden pencil, you might find that this grip is a bit too aggressive for your liking, and it might not be a lot of fun to use. So if you are graduating from wooden pencils, maybe go with a Staedtler or something that is kinder on the grip. This Kohinoor is also very good. Uh, Rotrings have slightly aggressive grips, but again, not comparable to this one. So there are gentler options. However, it's not a very big challenge. You use it for a couple of days and then you're very happy with it. So just be mindful of this about how aggressive the metal knurling and the grip is. And now let's come towards the final closing segment of this video. How does it perform for writing? Let's just waiting for it to focus. And for drawing, I have used it for both, and I'm very happy with its performance. But on a scale of 1 to 7, as always, with 1 being the worst and 7 being the best, I think for both of these, it is firmly in the 5.5 to 6.5 range. I am very happy with this pencil and I'm very comfortable recommending it to anyone who wants to start, with the small caveat of the expectation of how the grip should be. So, as always, we round this up with a buy or no buy, and I hope you enjoy this video. In case you have any further questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, or inputs on what I should do better or what I should not do in my upcoming videos, please let me know in the comment section below. And this is the buy, this is no buy, a definite recommendation on buy. Thank you very much for your time, and remember to check out reviews of other products. We have the Staedtler 9 to 5, the Rotring Rapid Pro 2.0, Kohinoor, Staedtler Mars Technico. All of these videos are out. This one is coming up, as is the sharpeners, and maybe I'll do a comparison across across lead pointers and across the refills or leads between different brands. In fact, while we are here and I have the leads, let's just do a quick bonus, unplanned bonus for you. So let's just do a lead test here. So we have 2B, B, and H from Uni. I will just do a shade with a light pressure, medium pressure, and high pressure. Now coming in with the HB pencil. There is no B, there is HB. This is light, this is medium, this is heavy. And to wrap this up, we've got H, which is light, Medium. Sorry, the medium went wrong. I put a little more pressure than I intended to. But let's do medium again. Oh, is this really edge? It is. Um, Somehow the edge seems to be darker than the HB for some reason. Could it be because the lead is pointed? HB is dull. That might explain it. Let's do a medium pressure HB again. Oh, it was just. This is heavy. Anyway, enough said. Thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.